The 1849 gold rush brought not only miners but also a fair share of notorious bandits to California, each leaving a colorful mark on history. Here's a look at some of the famous miners and bandits from that time. Sam Brannan, a miner and entrepreneur. Who he was? Sam Brannan is one of the most famous figures of the California gold rush, not because he mined gold himself, but because he capitalized on the rush. Brannan was a savvy businessman who opened a store near Sutter's Fort and famously ran through the streets shouting, "Gold! Gold from the American River," to draw attention. Legacy Brannan became California's first millionaire, thanks to his stores stocked with mining supplies. He didn't dig for gold, but he knew how to profit from those who did. His approach symbolizes the entrepreneurial side of the gold rush. James Marshall, a miner. Who he was? James Marshall discovered gold at Sutter's Mill in 1848, sparking the California gold rush. While his find made others rich, Marshall himself never profited from it. Legacy Marshall's story is often seen as a tragic one. Despite his discovery, he died in poverty. His name remains synonymous with the gold rush, and a monument stands in his honor at the discovery site in Coloma, California. Joaquin Murrieta, a bandit and folk hero. Who he was? Joaquin Murrieta, often referred to as the Robin Hood of El Dorado, was a Mexican bandit whose life remains shrouded in legend. Stories claim he turned to crime after his family was mistreated by American settlers. He and his gang became infamous for robbing gold miners. Legacy, known for his skill with a horse and gun, Murrieta is celebrated in Mexican folklore as a hero who resisted injustice. His story has inspired novels and films, making him an enduring figure of the gold rush era. Charles Earl Bowles, better known as Black Bart, was a gentleman bandit famous for robbing Wells Fargo stagecoaches. Dressed well and always polite, he became notorious for leaving poems at the scene of his crimes. Black Bart eluded capture for years and gained a Robin Hood-like status. Though not directly involved in the 1849 rush, he embodied the lawlessness of the gold rush era and the fascination with clever outlaws. Henry Plummer was a miner and sheriff who allegedly led a gang of bandits known as the Innocents. He began as a lawman in Nevada City, but later turned to crime, leading a group that preyed on gold miners in Montana. Plummer's life is a blend of law and crime, illustrating the blurred lines between order and chaos during the gold rush. He was eventually hanged by vigilantes, and his story is still part of Wild West lore. Jefferson Randolph "Soapy" Smith was a notorious con artist known for his elaborate scams. He earned the nickname Soapy by selling bars of soap with cash prizes hidden inside, though he rigged the prizes for his own people. Soapy became infamous not only in California but also during later gold rushes in Colorado and Alaska. He symbolizes the cunning opportunists who preyed on miners' fortunes. Lotta Crabtree, known as the shining star of the gold rush, was a young actress and performer who entertained miners in California camps. Starting her career as a child, she quickly became a beloved figure and earned considerable wealth. Crabtree's success story contrasts with the hard lives of miners. She made a fortune not from gold, but by performing for those who sought it, eventually becoming one of the wealthiest entertainers of her time. Rattlesnake Dick. Richard Barter, known as Rattlesnake Dick, was a notorious outlaw who specialized in stealing from gold shipments and miners. He gained his nickname from an incident involving a rattlesnake bite, which he survived. Rattlesnake Dick became infamous for his tenacity and daring thefts. He was eventually captured and killed, but his story lives on as a reminder of the gold rush's criminal element. Madame Moustache. Eleanor Dumont, known as Madame Moustache due to a faint moustache, was a skilled gambler and one of the few women who found success in mining camps. She ran gambling parlors in several gold rush towns. Madame Moustache is remembered as a unique and bold figure who thrived in the male-dominated world of the gold rush. Her life speaks to the diversity of those who sought fortunes beyond just gold. George Hearst. George Hearst began as a prospector during the gold rush and later became a mining magnate, amassing a fortune from successful ventures. Hearst's success story highlights the long-term wealth generated by strategic mining investments. He used his wealth to build an empire and support his son, William Randolph Hearst, in founding a media empire. These figures illustrate the diversity and drama of the gold rush era, from law-abiding prospectors to cunning bandits. Each contributed to the mythology of the American West and the enduring allure of striking it rich.